Welcome to a monster edition of Skate Dad and The Rascal. This week I'm spending 3 mornings down at Knypersley Skate Park in Stoke-on-Trent. 3 separate sessions, about 90 minutes per day, and let's see if that extra commitment breeds a little bit of progression into my skateboarding. So this is day 1, just starting off with a few runs, just some regular stuff. Dropping in, backslash, rock fakie, tail stall, board slide, fakie rock, 50-50-ish, a little bit shy on that one, fakie rock, tail stall, to another 50-50. This is a fairly standard run for me now, one that I practice regular. I've had a little bit of time off. I spent a week in Belgium with a couple of friends of mine, so just getting back into these more basic maneuvers and trying to push things through and progress a little bit over these next couple of sessions. Fakie rock, backside slash, just practicing some frontside 180s in the transition and building those up towards front slashes. Half cab is another trick that I'm trying, again just practicing these in the transition till I work up the courage to get those up onto the coping. Then I'm also practicing frontside 50-50s again in the transition in the hope that I can get a willy tap or two, certainly get the wheels up onto the coping or get that manoeuvre into a run. Just give me some more options when moving around on the ramps, putting the runs together. Moving on, just practicing these backside willy taps. I use these as a warm-up trick to try rock and rolls usually. Okay, then rolling fakie for a 360 pivot, nice and high that one. Then into the flat bottom to practice a few flat ground tricks. I do like to break up my sessions now and just practice some shove-its. Nice back shove there. Tentative for a pop shove, an ollie shove or a nose shove, rolling fakie almost at the speed of nothing for a fakie front shove. On to day 2. So as you can see, the weather was a little bit more favourable. This was done on Wednesday, so it was a little bit overcast, a little bit cooler, and there was a little bit of a breeze. It was all quite nice, so it was a lot more comfortable skating, although I didn't feel massively confident going into this day 2. This was Wednesday, so just piecing together a few of the basic tricks, just rolling through the 50-50s, rock fakies and fakie rocks just to bail off, dropping back in, bit of a board slide. Didn't do many board slides yesterday, so I thought I'd fire some of those in today, just straight into these front side 50-50s in the transition. These are starting to feel a little bit better now. Desperate to try and get them up towards the coping. That's a front shove, bit of a toe drag on that one, and another one, but quite a nice pop. And another one, not so poppy that one. Back shove. And again. Nose shove. And a bit of a mani. Okay, so dropping back in again. Straight into a board slide. Fakie rock. Rock fakie. Fakie rock again. Then doing the front side 50-50 in the transition. Nice to put that into the run. I know it's not up to the coping, but it will be at some point. An axle drop in to a rock fakie, to a fakie rock. Bit of a board slide. That coping on the opposite side or on the far side is always a lot stickier than the coping on the near side. Bit of a board slide again. Fakie rock, rock fakie, fakie rock, and going front side once again, a little bit low that time, dropping in again, a little bit of a theme. That board slide's a little bit better. And do this same routine, I think. I attempted a fakie disaster that time. Got a little bit of air, I believe, on that one. Then just a couple of carves. Again, keeping those in the run, making sure that I'm pumping and getting my speed. Backside 50-50, rock fakie, fakie rock, and popping out. Dropping in again. Again, a bit of a board slide. A little bit of an improvement on those. They're sliding a little better. Again, fakie disaster. Happy with those. A little bit of a pop feels good. Fakie rock. Bit shy on the 50-50. Rock fakie. Fakie rock. Went for the 50-50 on the far side. Whoop, bailing out. Let's just test out those knee pads, eh? Okay, just thinking about those fakie to axle pivots. Again, just getting used to that motion. Just doing a couple of front side carves. Really want to get front side slash grinds. A couple of these are going towards the coping, but just on the wheel, not onto the truck. Drilling those each time. Again, nice board slide that time. Fakie rock, rock fakie. Trying that fakie disaster. And again, definitely getting a little bit of air on those. Just a fakie rock that time. And a little bit of a frontside 50-50. In the transition, as always. I'm not trying to claim tricks that I haven't got. So 50-50, rock fakie, fakie rock, and popping out. Back into the flat bottom, just a nollie shove. Try and nollie shove to Manny. That's just a back shove there. Whoop. Sketchy, sketchy. Nollie shove followed by a back shove. Felt pretty decent. Front carve there. This is towards the end of the session, I believe, day 2. A few front carves to finish off. And that is a fakie big spin. A little bit sketchy. On to day 3. As you can see, the weather was bright, it was hot again, a bit muggy. It was an early session this morning. I think I got there around about 7:45, something like that. So again, just feeling the ramp out this morning. Gonna put together a couple of runs straight out the bag. A little bit more confident today. Popping out, dropping in. Those board slides are getting a lot more consistent, a little bit longer. No problem with throwing that front side 50-50 in the transition, of course. Backside 50-50. Rock fakie. Nice tail stall. Felt good, that one. Backside 50-50. Fakie rock. And another backside 50-50. Slowly working the confidence on those. Desperately want to get those up onto the deck. Rock fakie, tail stall, and popping out. Back into the flat bottom for a second. Taking a no shove out of the ramp. A front shove, not much pop on these today. A nice snappy back shove, they're spinning around quite nicely. A bit more confident. Rolling fakie for another big spin, did one of those yesterday. 2 to make it true. Just some carves, again in the transition, backside, front side, and then trying to get those half cabs again in the transition, but more confident. Doing a willy tap, then trying a backside rock and roll and failing. Then we're heading towards no stalls. Yeah, these aren't a million miles off at the minute. It is just a confidence trick and a commitment trick. do those on the smaller transitions, just not on this meter high mini ramp just yet. Again, trying a fakie disaster, I believe there. Yeah, a couple of those. So rolling for another fakie disaster. Definitely a nice little pop on that one. Back into those front side 50-50s in the transition. Certainly felt that this extra time that I committed to this week on my week off work definitely stood me in good stead, and I was feeling a lot better, a lot more confident in my ability and happier with my progression. I had time to pump some fakie boards. Again, only a tiny little bit of a slide on some of these, but things are moving in the right direction, something a little bit different. It's a nice feeling trick, although it does feel a bit sketchy. Easy to get a wobble on those. Tiny bit of progression nonetheless, happy with that. It's another 50-50 backside, rock fakie, fakie rock, popping out, axle stall dropping. Again, I think I was trying to pump to a fakie disaster that time. Backside 50-50s. Then back to nose stall attempts. Just trying to tap the nose at this stage. But the angle is not a million miles off on these. But these will be locked in before long. Just need to work up the confidence. Just standing in a switch drop-in position, even just standing up on the coping helps. Then I am trying to do front side axle to tail. A little bit short on a couple of these. Again, just confidence, just having the balls to do these. I can do them on the micro ramp in the garage, no problem. It's just a meter up in the air is significantly different to the height of the ramp I've got in my garage. Okay, just trying a few extra things here. Another backside 50-50 there. Took the wind out my sails though. Doing a couple of front carves to finish, I think. We're getting towards the end of this video. I am contemplating going down in the morning for a day 4, but I think unless I get anything absolutely nailed, I won't be recording anything and putting any more footage up this week. Again, these front side carves are very close to front side slash grinds. I'm hitting the wheels on the coping, just not quite pushing up to get the grind. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.